Welcome to Conversations with Lauren and Ali, where we bridge all things in the spiritual and human experience.
This is a space where raw honesty meets higher truth, where personal stories open doors to deeper self-awareness, and where the messy, magical journey of being human is honoured as a sacred path of awakening. So, take a breath, get cozy, and join us in today's conversation.
But in the midst of
Right.
that, because I updated my laptop. So I have like my old laptop, I don't reckon the sound would have been as great, but because
Yeah.
this year I upgraded my laptop, I think that has helped as well.
Did you buy a new one, do you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think mine needs a fucking something. Mine needs an upgrade. It's holding me back too from things, I swear.
Well, I was going to say part of why I was drawn to do it was that I had got the nudge that my technology or like I needed to update what I was
Yeah.
not,
Yep.
and not even from it has to be the latest, greatest
No.
magic thing because it's not that at all. It's just the basic model. But there was significance about new equipment. That's
Yes.
why I
Yeah.
ended up with a second microphone because it was like you need new equipment because of where you are now.
Yeah. It's
Um,
like evolution. You can't keep the same old shit because you're
yeah.
not that person anymore. Yeah. I think I feel that I've had my laptop since I started my business. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that was me too. And even the laptop that I was working on started to slow down. Like it was like there were little signs and things that were happening that was saying we weren't aligned anymore. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I mean, I think we've spoken about this before, but I get a lot as well where when I've had a shift, I move things around in the house or I get rid of things or
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
things in.
Mm-hmm.
And this felt like that very similar thing.
Yeah.
Like my desk space moved. Yeah, as I said, I felt drawn to get new equipment, so a new microphone and the new laptop.
Yeah.
And I have felt a difference in terms of
Right.
the capability. So interesting, like you're talking about the microphone capacity when I'm just using my laptop or the AirPods, I suppose. Um, but I think that also probably has something to do with um, bringing that into alignment because I'm feeling it a lot now, like my throat as we're
Yeah.
talking about this. And so funny that I also admitted how I have been self-sabotaging around the putting out of transmissions because I can feel this is all interwoven. It's a way of us being seen. It's a way of us speaking. It's stepping into the next. Um, I don't know what you call it because it's like when you say level, it's like we're going up. It's not even that, but
No.
it's just
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and shifting. So maybe that's something to sit with and consider.
Yes, I know that I need a new phone too. Like I've been meaning for so long to get a new phone. My phone, Les is always at me going, "It's your phone.
Yeah.
It's your phone. It's not mine. It's And I know it's like it's over 2 years old. I think it's 2.5 years old now.
Yeah.
So iPhones get to that point, and I swear they only last that long, and then because they want you to get the next one. So I need a new phone, and I probably could do with a new laptop, but or get
That would create the same shift, wouldn't it? Because
yeah,
it's
the
like
reset.
wiping it and starting again. Yeah, which
Yeah.
is all it is, really, isn't it?
And when I think about all the files and documents and everything that I've got saved in there, that's literally from the start of my business. Like,
Well, but it's funny you say that too, because that's what I felt called to do was it was like you have to delete that because that's not even who.
it's taking up space.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's not it's an old version.
Yeah.
It's also not something that I want to keep carrying with me.
No.
It's the same thing as
Yeah.
what we say about our personal energy. It's like stop carrying this stuff around with us, like
Yeah.
because I'm very much the same too, and I've been getting better at it, particularly with the new laptop, because it's like you don't need to keep everything. It's
No.
because I had this fear or this
Yeah.
scarcity of like, oh, I'm going to need that one day. Or what if I need to go
I'm
back and
going to
get
need
something
one
from
day.
that? Or what if I want to recreate that? And it's like, when have I ever recreated something in the same way? Like never. It's been different every time. But yeah, that was super interesting as well because it was like I needed to declutter my technology. Even I'm really good at decluttering in the physical environment, but not with my technology.
I mean, either. I'm gonna
Yeah.
find me. Yep. I'm just,
Even my email inbox.
oh yeah,
It's a bit of a process, but I am being called to like let go and not just file everything in a folder because maybe I need to go back to that or maybe I need to remember what that person said to me. It's like
just
it's
delete the
okay.
folder.
It's okay, yeah, to let it go.
Yeah,
Um, and it really is acknowledging, isn't it, that chapter, the closing, the completion. Like I can't, it's so funny to me how we know this, we're talking about that all the time. Everyone's talking about completion, but then it comes up in these ways and it's like, oh, of course, that needs to complete too. Like everything,
yeah,
there's so many different little things, isn't there, that need.
yeah. Yep. Yeah. And they said, and now we're talking about this out loud. I can see that this is something that's been, like you said, you've been feeling the call. I haven't noticed. I have ignored it, maybe, or just I haven't taken note. But it's definitely been calling me for a quite a while. Quite a while. Oh my God. I'm literally thinking about the amount of stuff that I have in my laptop that is from 2, 3 years ago. Why is that still there?
I had
That's
stuff for 5.
Harry. When you were talking, I could see us walking with these fucking
Yeah,
heavy backpacks.
yeah.
Like, oh, why are we carrying this? That is so funny. Oh my God. Yeah. No wonder the poor thing can't fucking work properly. It's probably that overloaded.
Well, it's very much echoing. I think the technology is echoing being in the now, isn't it? It's being in the present. So for me, anyway, that's been the reflection because typically what I think is, well, I might need that again one day, or I want to refer back to that, or I save it. And I've started also saving it to Google Drive. And it's like, but you've got it in two places now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I just can feel, even as we're talking about it, the consciousness around this really connecting to because everything's changing rapidly and
Yeah.
we're moving and shifting, we can only be in the now and we don't need to take that with us. It's a bit like I was reflecting this morning and it's coming back to me now as in it's falling into this category. And I don't know if, I mean, I'd love your input on this. So, because so much has been moving for me, and particularly, I'm trying to be more present in my own like community space. And I keep, like, as I move through something and something lands and it becomes present, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I want to go and share that. And then by the time I actually make it to that point to go and share it with everyone, it's like I can't remember it. It's like it's gone. And this morning, what dropped in was, and I was starting to question myself, like, what is going on? Am I not grounded enough? Am I not calling all this in? But then this morning, something really random dropped in with just like, but you're not carrying it anymore. You don't need it. Like it's done, it's completed, and it's moved out. So it's not even relevant, perhaps is the word anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how does that shape then me as maybe a teacher or a leader if I don't have those things to grasp on? And I haven't quite worked that out because I then just didn't have a space to follow that train again. But it was really interesting. It was almost like recognizing where the talking about it for me or that like going over it when it was already completed and I hadn't let it be completed. And so it's now I'm being sort of shown, I'm going to say forced because it's happening, but shown that it's the immediacy of letting things go and not holding on to. And it just feels like it fits into what we're talking about. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. It
Um,
does.
yeah.
Yep. 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 And I've actually had similar experiences for quite some time now. I laugh at myself and I'm like, I'll be just outside, walking around or just doing whatever I'm doing. And I write the best content in my head. I have all these things drop in and I'm like literally talking to myself and writing in my head, like, yes, you said, oh, fuck, that's good, like, wow. And I go to write it down, it's gone.
Mm.
It's like, well, where did that, like, it sounded so good and it just flowed with such ease, and then it was gone. And I think there's kind of like two parts to this with what you've spoken about is, yeah, that we can't keep holding on to that stuff. Like that's when we're in that flow, we're in that presence, aren't we? And it's dropping in. And I believe because it's dropped in and it's in there and we've acknowledged it and we're like, oh yeah, we've let it, do its thing. It is there. It's in there. So you're saying, how am I supposed to lead if I can't, like, even stuff, it's there. Like it's gonna come out, whether it's just the
Yeah.
frequency of it with other words or however it comes out. But something I remember having a conversation with Carla about ages ago, like probably a year ago, and something that another friend of mine posted on Instagram just the other day is around like how we are going through these timeline shifts, the ascension process, however you want to look at it. And we can't, and we're not holding on to the past. We're not holding on to the old stuff anymore. And it's like sometimes you forget how to speak properly, or something that you feel that feels really familiar to you, a topic or a theme or something that feels that you're all very knowledgeable about, all about it, and you can speak, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, and then all of a sudden do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You forget shit. You forget what you did 10 minutes ago. Like it's like everything's gone. And even stuff that you would have known for 10 years or something that's always been in your life, sometimes you find yourself going, oh my God, like having to stop and think. And I think we're so programmed to think, oh, we're just so busy and oh, we're getting old, like your memory gets worse, which is maybe part of it. But
Yeah.
but I really think that there is something there about not being able, like the computers, like the technology we're talking about, it's like our bodies, we just can't
Hmm.
can't store all of that. We have to create new space. So
Hmm.
yeah, everything can't be, and maybe the stuff, like how I was saying before, it's in there. Like you've integrated it, like you've spoken it out loud, you've acknowledged it, you've felt the frequency of it, whatever. Maybe it goes to the cloud. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When
Yeah.
I say it's there, maybe it's that same sort of concept. Like it's there, it's in your field, you've embodied it, whatever. It's just not consciously, like you're finding it hard to
Yeah.
for it to come straight out.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that makes so much sense. And I think you're right, quick to blame things on the memory as well, because that's just something we do as we're like, we hear that all the time. I mean, I hear my parents say that often too
Yeah,
about, it's a they're getting older thing. Um, and women talk about it a lot in this perimenopause, menopause, whatever transition.
yeah,
So that's really interesting. And the other thing that was coming to me through my throat a moment ago was for me, what's coming forward is the fear of taking action. So when I get it, when I have what I need to be sharing it. Whereas I sit on it and go, oh yeah, that's amazing. I'll share that later, or I'll do that later.
yeah.
And I can feel where it's like you just need to take action on the things because there's something also for me, a thread there where I'm not taking the
Yeah.
action.
Push your edges and just
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I know I've felt before. Um, but the thing is, sometimes, as you would know, when we're being in our humanness, there's not always the capacity in that particular moment because it doesn't always drop in at the, most opportune time for content creation.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, yes, I feel that too. But it's not more for me. The way I feel it is like that. What you just said. In my humanness, I'm busy doing something or whatever, and I'm like, oh, yep, yep, that was really good. Like I'm going to use that or whatever. It's more so that than the for me than the oh no, oh I think I need a bit of time to let that. I don't know if I'm ready to share that or is that too much. Yeah. So you're kind of acknowledging the other, like that side of
well,
it.
both really for
Yeah.
me. both. But there is definitely some threads there around the still, which don't really feel like mine. That's connecting more ancestrally for me, but because that's something that's been coming through a lot that I'm clearing with a lot of the maternal is around the voice.
Yeah,
And but I think that when I think about the moments where the diamonds, the gold, the nuggets of pearls of wisdom, whatever you want to call them, drop in, I'm not always in a position to even voice note myself
yeah.
to remember what it
You
is.
don't have your phone or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, and I guess I have to trust as well. The other thing, the other piece that's coming in is trusting that if I need to share it, I will share it. Exactly what you were saying before, like it's there somewhere. And
yeah,
so if it needs to be shared, it will. And maybe my mind thinks these things need to be shared.
yeah.
Because do you know what? Do you know what's rising right now is the opposite in the sense of needing to take action. So I can feel there are parts of me that are like, but we have to take action. We have to be showing up. We have to be sharing. We have to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm really, I'll be honest, I'm trying not to, actually, I don't want to put it in that way, but I'm in a relearning process at the moment with, we talked about me being in my outside of my comfort zone when I was away and juggling things. And I feel like the lessons are coming through are again about um, clearing some of that old overwhelm or the nervous system responding. Like when we were in the lead up to Shasta, we were doing a lot of nervous system calibration. Like that was really present for us and understanding that. And I had the Great White Brotherhood come in for me a couple of days ago. And I was like, wow, I haven't felt you guys for a really long time. And it was like coming back, it was like this full circle moment of
1 year later.
where we started.
Yeah.
And so I've really been sort of, even this morning, that's why it's just like needing some slowness to like get going. To try and bring myself into into presence with it's okay. I don't need to be stimulated. I don't need to like I'm tired. Yes, but I can also find my presence in this and I don't have to let this control me or squash me down or hold me back or I don't have to fall into the old patterns and the stories. But I am finding that really challenging. Like each week, it feels like it's intensifying a little bit. Um, and I'm just keeping my head above water. And as I said, I'm being careful how I word that because I'm also fully present with the fact that it's closing out a cycle as well. But it's interesting just that dropped in because the fear of taking action wasn't feeling as resonant for me. As I said, personally, it was more of that ancestral connection. But what is resonating is the need to take action, which is what I'm feeling at the moment. There's so much I have to do. There's so much that needs to be done
Mm,
and that I want to do as well.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, it's like there is a lot of balls in the air. And how can I maintain my presence and calm and peace in that and be okay, I guess.
Mm,
So it's so interesting from where we started, how this is woven into some different pieces for me. So, and
yeah.
I can feel that in my brain actually, like rewiring, like plugs are being moved. You know what it looks like? It's like, those old switchboard things where they would pull plugs out. And yeah, that's what it feels like is happening right now.
Yeah. When you were talking then, I literally, I was struggling to pay attention to what you were saying, to the words, because I felt like here up the top of my head, exactly what you just said. Something was being rewired, and it was like I wasn't actually, I felt like I couldn't stay in
Mm.
my body. I was trying so hard. I was like, fuck, concentrate. You got to hear what she's saying. And it was so to hear you say that, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I know it wasn't just me. I was like being rewired. Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely feels like I don't know, something we're sharing again. Pro
Yeah.
Probably not obviously in the exact same physical experience, but um, we and we are coming to that full circle moment
Yeah.
of something that began for us 12 months ago.
I know, and we're talking about resetting and wiping the slate clean, wiping the technology clean, and resetting, and the importance of that. And you've already done it, and I haven't.
Well, I don't know. I think there's more that's happening. There's more to be done. I think that
In a different way.
yeah, and I think that yes, there is some of the internal self-talk that's coming forward right now. As I said, I was being guided to be really mindful with how I was presenting that to you and not use the word struggle because I wanted to say I'm
Yeah,
struggling because that's what I tell myself.
yeah, yeah,
I'm struggling. And I don't even really realize it because it's like such a deep inner voice. It's like how I often describe it to people the way the subconscious works is it's like you've stepped into an elevator and that music's playing. It's nondescript. Like you don't necessarily consciously pay attention to it, but
yeah,
it's just there. It's playing in the background and you're carrying that with you because you'll hum that as you walk about your day.
yeah.
And so what I feel is a lot of that connecting to my voice right now. Like I feel quite emotional because it's like releasing the struggle, um, releasing that life has to be a struggle, releasing that need to strive, to push, to force, which is all we know, that recalibration that we are all going through in our nervous system, if we are aware of it or not. I feel like everybody's meeting that somewhere because as we shift into new earth consciousness, that's something that needs to shift. And a lot of the divine feminine guides that I work with, I mean, that's the feminine way is to also in the being state and to allow that to move into the flow. And so I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. I feel like we were connecting to, and I don't know if it was with you or if I did this on my own now. I can't remember, but I was connecting to my paternal ancestors who were really struggling. There goes that word again. But it was like this heaviness that they were carrying, like the fact that they were bone tired and
Yeah,
they needed to
yeah,
keep
we did.
going. Yeah. Um, and that's the kind of energy that it feels like I'm feeling like that at the moment. Like you said about carrying the weight, it feels like you are like I'm almost seeing an image of a soldier at war and like they've got to keep going and they're carrying that pack and they're
Yeah.
bone tired, but they've got to keep going and they've got to keep showing up. And it just feels like that, um, which is obviously not mine, but the way it presents for me is as I said, like knowing I've got all of these balls in the air. And I somehow, what I want to be able to feel is like it's okay to have the balls in the air. I don't need to be tied to that, or I don't need to be thinking about that 24/7
Mm,
or overly attached to it. It's, I want more ease and flow. And I've created a lot of that. I have created a lot of that, but this feels like another level. And I feel it is that moment of intensity when you're about to make the breakthrough. It's like that when you really have to gather yourself up and push through the mud to come out the other side.
yeah,
And so I'm conscious of trying to hold myself in that, but it feels like this week, particularly, it has felt heavy.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Well, like you said, it's like almost like you're in that last leg
mm,
where it's the hardest. Like you're dragging yourself, you're
yeah.
dragging yourself out. Um, and it sounds like it is linked to your, like you said earlier, like we're both experiencing something that's of a similar theme, but just in very different ways, because I'm certainly not experiencing what you're experiencing and the heaviness that you're experiencing right now. Mine feels more external, like my external world, and yours seems to be more like what you're feeling internally, isn't it? Like your internal world heaviness. Mine doesn't. Mine feels this week anyway, or right now, it feels like it's my external world, like we're talking about, like phones and computers and like all that sort of
Yeah.
shit. But you you've been at, you've been in this ancestral clearing or healing for quite a few weeks now, so it probably is the final leg.
Well, it does feel, as I said, I feel like the Great White Brotherhood popping in, because it was literally like that. It was not like they really just popped in and it was this reference to the circle, like the completion. And so I took that as okay, well, I thank you. I get the acknowledgement of what is here. And I think when I reflect on who I was, 12, 18 months ago when we first started really like connecting with this, like connecting in this way and calibrating. I know it was a lot to Mount Shasta, but it was obviously a lot deeper than that. So it'll be really interesting to even see, like I can feel the difference and I could see the difference if I could put myself up next to myself from that time to where I am now. And so I'm really interested to see come AA or thereafter
Yeah,
what that morphs into. Um,
yeah,
because
it,
it's
mhm. Yeah, it just, I was going to say, it feels very different this year, doesn't it? That portal feels different than what it's ever felt like to me before.
yes. Yeah.
And I'm not even exactly sure how.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same and I don't know how. In fact, someone said something to me the other day. Like, are you going to do like a group or are you going to do one-on-ones? And because I love, like, I mean, this is one of my favorite portals, but I love to do stuff on the portals because I just love the energy, the amplifying energies. And I just said to them, I don't feel called to. I said, this one feels really personal. Like I don't feel I'm um doing something externally. I don't know, for the collective. This just
It's
feels like it's a really personal one, and I haven't had one like that for a few years. So it's probably the cycle has probably come round to that too. And I don't know why. And I don't, as you just said too, I don't know what's different about this. And I guess I'm surrendering to the mystery of it and
yeah,
wait
like
and see.
me too. Like we've spoken about, I want to receive this year. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. This is my turn. That's what feels aligned. Like you said, it just feels personal this year. And I love that you've brought in the Great White Brotherhood and you're talking about seeing the circle, that full circle moment. This is the year of completion. It's a 9 year. And it is almost like what we started last year with through the Great White Brotherhood and all the calibrations we went through, all the stuff around mastery and all that.
Mhm.
It feels like that is what is coming to completion through this portal. So ordinarily on this portal, everyone kind of focuses on, manifestation and what do you want to call in. And like for me personally, that's pretty much what I was talking about last year was like, I really want to step into my genius zone. Like I really want this self-mastery. I fucking want it. I want to do it. Like show me what it is. And I know you were too. Like we were both in that, you know, and yeah, I feel like this is again, there's something around that that's just that's going to be received. But it's almost like this year isn't about like manifestation. Um,
No.
it's more about, well, I suppose it is. It's maybe like fully receiving the manifestation of what we were asking for last year or what we were working towards last year, what we were stepping into. It's going to manifest through this year. I don't know. It feels different.
It does. And I guess, you know, what's coming to me about it now is a feeling of the initiation of it. So we asked for it, we said yes,
Yeah.
we stepped into it. And
Yeah.
so we've been in that initiation, and maybe this is the moment where we cross the threshold To, yes, to complete. I don't know. I just feel like can we tune in for a moment? Sorry, I feel like we're being asked to tune in.
Mm-hmm.
Goya na ke sokoto oshina. Mole ke na ke shoko oyeda. I think we're going to be handed our mastery robes. There's something about robes.
All I keep being shown is an accordion, and the waves of like the way the accordion
Wow. Hmm.
moves. That is literally what is in front of me, and I don't even understand what it is saying.
Yeah, the only image I have is that our Great White Brotherhood selves are handing us like robes, and they feel like they're dark purple, or like a yeah.
Well, I'm accepting mine. Thank you.
Oh, I just felt that through the solar plexus.
I've had my solar plexus go before when you were talking about your throat and that. I forget what we were even talking about, but it was all solar plexus for me that I was feeling earlier. There's a complete tightness. So I keep seeing the accordion like it's you know how it's, I hope I've called it the right thing. One of those things that stretches out and then it
Yeah. Yeah.
springs. That's what they're saying. They're going okay. It's like you've been stretched out and now you're sort of coming back. You're bringing it all back to center. Then you've been stretched out again, and you're bringing it all back to center.
Which makes a lot of sense because, to be honest, that's how it feels physically. Like
Yeah,
in this last year, I feel like I've constantly been stretched, and then you kind of you do sort of snap back for a bit. But
yeah,
then, because I was only thinking this morning, like, why is everything outside the comfort zone all the time? Like, why can't I sit in something and enjoy it without feeling like I'm being stretched? So that's really interesting. Yeah, I love that connection.
expansion, I suppose. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's the mind that says it's uncomfortable, doesn't it? It's the mind and the subconscious that's telling me that's not comfortable, safe, or um, I think that's the pattern that I'm moving from is really embracing the expansion, embracing the new.
and I feel like when you're saying that the accordion is it's music. It's making music. It's making sound. It's frequency. It's a harmony. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not going clunky like being stretched out and brought back in. It's like it's all
yeah,
flowing. It's a melody. It's
yeah.
a harmony. You know, it's done in harmony. The expansion and then that contraction and the expansion and then the contraction. Like a way of, I suppose, a really weird way of showing that. Yeah, it does feel uncomfortable. And like you're saying, maybe the mind is just um, programmed to believe that it feels that it has to feel or that it always feels uncomfortable. But really, what's playing out this process of expansion is actually a beautiful melody playing. Like it's actually being done harmoniously, even if it doesn't feel like it.
Yep, I love that. I just also was hearing the words like experiencing a harmonic convergence
Mm,
within.
yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. That convergence, that coming back.
Mm.
Uh,
It feels like all of those parts of me are coming back into this point. Like, you said about the accordion, they just showed me then like the paper dolls that you open and stretch out. And it was like bringing them together. It was like you've been out here, but you're actually going to bring them all together now.
Mhm.
So it's like the different, maybe different parts
Yeah.
that have
Yep.
been experiencing different things. And it's completing those. maybe versions.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And folding them all back in, all
Yeah.
back one. Yeah. 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 That makes a lot of sense.
And there's something about that bringing us into the new age because I just heard them say, we want to bring you to the new age. So it's like kind of that had to happen for us to maybe step through the next portal,
Yeah.
you know, the next.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And
It's it's bringing a timeline to a closure as well.
yeah. And that actually makes me feel, I feel a little bit sad hearing you say that.
Hmm.
Like that, who we were. Oh my God, I feel so emotional. So
Yes,
red.
yes,
Who we were at the beginning of that, of the journey,
yeah.
long before we went to Shasta, when we decided we were going and we started having these calls, and how fucking tender and vulnerable and
Mhm.
frightened I'm going to use that word. Like, we were fucking terrified and petrified of what was happening, like what was going to happen and what our role was, weren't we? It was week to week, it was like, I don't want to go. I'm not going. But to feel like when you just said that it was a closure, a completion of a timeline, I felt like, oh my God, like I'm grieving that, grieving that that version of me and that version of you, because it's like I've watched you go through it as well, you know, we've done it together.
Yeah, yeah.
Instant, like, it's not grief, it's not grief, that's the wrong word. It's
I,
like, I'm
yeah,
proud of, I'm proud. Yeah.
yeah. It's ending energy, but it's not the ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're saying it's really just beginning.
Yeah.
We are on the precipice of the change, which is the uncomfortableness that is arising and the desire to want to turn back is always really strong in these moments. But
Yeah.
we are encouraged to stand true and to stand tall, strong.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have to do anything. That this is, I mean, this is probably more for me given what I shared, but they're really saying there's nothing, you've done it. This is again, I don't, it's not pause energy, it's different to that, but it's like that moment of absolute stillness before the birth begins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It just feels like a 0 point stillness.
It's a reset, it's isn't it, it's a 0 point. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't feel like I can stand here and say that I can stand strong, and I know you can too. I don't feel like I want to run away anymore. I don't feel like I can see how vastly different I feel now to what we felt at 12 months ago or a bit more.
Yeah, agree. And it was for me that moment when I heard them say stand true,
Yeah.
but I really also aligned in my body and it was like, oh yeah, no, I don't, this isn't challenging. This isn't a struggle.
No.
That's that old version of me that was just piping up, a last ditch effort to, change the course. But I actually feel really centered, really aligned and grounded as we tune into that. And I feel
Yeah.
the support of our council just wrapping around us and the 0 point, just calling in that field of 0 point to hold us in the reset and just to support us as we like it feels like this gateway to the 8-8 is where we need to just sit in 0 point.
Yeah. I haven't put too much thought into it. I haven't put too much thought into the 8-8. Like I said, I was just going with the flow. I'd put myself
Yeah.
in go to attend somebody else's gathering that I felt called to go to when I saw it come up. And um I haven't, and I'm not going to like think into it, think about it. I'm not going to do what I would usually do with intention work and all that. I'm not doing anything this year except just letting it
Yeah, me
just
too.
go. Yeah, letting it do what it needs to do.
And I feel like that's what they're reinforcing is like, yeah, you don't have to.
Nah,
There's
yeah,
nothing to do. And I don't even feel like it's going to be a lightning bolt moment. I think it's just going to be this natural progression, and we're going to look back and go, oh, remember that?
yeah,
Remember we spoke about that 2 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago?
yep, yep,
This is the evolution of the master within us. And they're saying this is what mastery is, that you're walking, you are the master, you are walking as the master. And in my mind, I'm seeing that spiral that we walked in Crystal Castle when we were in Byron Bay.
yeah,
And they're showing me the moment that I had a really profound experience when I was in the center of that spiral. And that is what is coming. Like what I walked there was the entire path.
yeah,
And so what I'm going to likely feel and experience 8-8 or post 8-8. I mean, I don't want to put the pressure on the 8-8 itself, but is that moment that of being in the center of the spiral.
yeah. Love that. And that itself can be seen as 0 point as well,
Yeah,
really.
of course. Yeah. Yeah. He just said to me, "You're ready. Just don't worry, you're ready."
Yeah. Oh my God, have I got makeup down my face?
Thank you for just dropping in a little bit. I could just feel them coming down in like my field, and so I wanted to just tune in because it's obviously more powerful when we do it together as
Oh,
well.
thank you for bringing that up. So,
And we're obviously we were given or we're having this journey to also do it together, to physically have it each other to walk with
yeah,
together.
because when I got emotional, it wasn't just about me. It was for you as well. It was because, like, fuck, I've seen you,
Mm-hmm.
what I feel for myself, like, and have seen in myself. I've witnessed you do it, and I feel it for you too. I don't, yeah, it's hard to explain, but yeah, I never get that. Was like, I couldn't control that. It's like, fuck, I'm gonna keep going. I was like, I couldn't control it. Oh dear.
I think we think we needed to honor that. And I know we talked about actually having our call on 8-8, but I think, well, I don't know. I needed to have that
Yeah.
before then because I need to just let this sit and be. I feel a lot more at peace now and just to let things be.
It is to not do anything about it. Just let it roll. Let it roll through. That's what, yeah. Yep.
And it feels like everything in the physical that I'm trying to juggle, it's going to happen and it will work out because it always does.
I know. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
always does. So now I can come into that feeling more, yeah, that's definitely completing because I can feel now my throat just releasing through my throat. Yeah, so thank you. I'm just declaring, and so it is.
And so,
So it is. Mhm.
yep.
Thank you for joining us in this space of truth, reflection, and connection. If today's conversation stirred something within you, we invite you to sit with it, journal on it, or share it with someone who walks the path of self-awareness too.
These conversations are living transmissions, and we are so grateful to be on this journey with you. Until next time, remember your human experience is sacred and you are never walking alone.
With love, Lauren
And Ali.